Fine and Fit Finance Chick here. In this video, we're going to be talking about establishing excellent credit before the age of 25 and how I did it. Okay, in this video, I'm going to be including pictures of like proof of my credit when I first started and my credit now, and just to provide you guys with like some proof so that I am a living example of what I'm about to tell you guys. So I see a lot of times there's a lot of videos geared towards repairing your credit, but I feel what we need to focus on more so, especially in society, are preventive measures. Okay, so it is a good thing to know how to repair your credit in the case that you end up, with bad credit. However, it's more effective to know how to prevent yourself from going down the road of bad credit to begin with so that you don't need to repair it. Okay, so I'm just going to go over some steps on how I got excellent credit in my lifestyle choices. So I am a late bloomer when it comes to credit. A lot of people start off with credit cards and stuff like that at like 17 and 18, but I waited until I was in my mid 20s to start credit. Okay, so because I was always fearful of credit because I was very ignorant to it. I was scared of getting in debt and of accumulating a lot of debt, and that's another thing. If you don't kind of have that fear kind of sort of, and you just don't understand what debt means for your life, especially unhealthy debt, then you are more likely to get a credit card and spend it crazy and accumulate a lot of unhealthy debt that's not going to help you in the long run. So with me, I was always scared of debt. When I got my first car, I paid it cash. When I got my second car, I paid it cash. Like other things that I would get that were very expensive, I would just save up and pay it cash because I did not want to accumulate debt at all. So the first step is avoid accumulating debt. Just avoid it at all costs. If you can, pay it cash. Save up, but if you can, pay it cash. Now, the moment that I decided to get credit is because I noticed I was getting old, and I'm like, you know what? When I decide I want a house, when I decide I want an even better car, I will say I don't believe in car notes. So that's another thing. I do not believe in car notes. I don't like the paying notes on a car. So I would probably still pay my car in cash. But that's another thing, I started thinking about the future, things in a greater scheme. So one day I knew, I would want a house, one day I knew that I would want want a business, want to, have an office building or some type of, infrastructure that my credit would matter. And I was tired of paying these high behind insurance bills, car insurance, because I had no credit and no credit at all. And then I didn't have good credit because when I first started my credit, of course, your credit doesn't just jump to good. So it was still so high. So I just knew it was time for me to get credit. So what I decided to do was to go and get a secured credit card. Now I had money in the bank, from saving and working and saving and working and just making sure I do smart money management, excuse me. So I've had money. I decided to go and get a secured credit card. So what I did was I went to my bank that I've always been banking with, and we talked over, my options, my choices, and the secured credit card is better for a person who is just starting in the credit realm. So I decided to take $400 of the money that I had in one of my accounts, and I used that as the secured credit limit for my credit card. So each month, I would only use less than 30% of that. Credit usage is very important. When you get a credit card for the first time, they will tell you your credit utilization, is very important. There's also a number of other factors that are important, like how many accounts you got open, if you have any hard inquiries on your credit score. People who have had their names used, a lot of people will say how their mother or their auntie or their father got things in their name, and that's why when they grow up and decide to open a credit card account, you see all these hard inquiries on your credit score, and you're like, what? I've never even done anything with credit, and it's because some people have put things in your name. But fortunately, I did not have that problem. So the only hard inquiries I had on my credit score was way back years ago when I decided, when I was ignorant to what credit cards meant. I didn't know the whole, educational part behind credit cards. And I was at Target and a guy was just like, hey, would you like, a Target credit card? And I was like, yeah, I would like one. I didn't know that they would, do a hard inquiry. I didn't know the difference between hard inquiries and soft inquiries. I didn't know any of that. So when I applied for the Target credit card, they pulled my credit. Of course, I was not granted that credit card because I had no history of credit at all. But on top of that, it left a hard inquiry on my credit score. So I had that one. And when I went to get my second car, I told the guy that I would be paying cash, but somehow he ran my credit. And anytime you are applying for like a loan, so if you have like a student loan or like a bank loan, or, well, it is a bank loan. So if you're using like a bank loan to pay student debt or to go to college or to get a car or to get a house or open a business, whatever it is, it's a hard inquiry. They check your credit score. Again, I did not have any credit at that moment. So those were two hard inquiries that were on my credit score. So with that being stated, keeping your credit utilization low. These credit card companies, your bank wants to know that they can lend you out money and you don't really need it as much, they just want to have proof of that. You don't really need the money even though you have the money. And that is a good sign to them. So that's your credit utilization. It should always stay below 30% of your credit limit. Always. Never exceed that because it can leave a mark on your credit score. So how I got my credit score to go from about, I think I started around 650, and the reason why I started around 650 is because I didn't have anything, a bunch of hard inquiries in my name. I only had two, and I only had two hard inquiries. So I guess, that's just where they started me at. So I started off at 650, and now I'm more than 100 points higher than that in only a year. In below a year and a half. So it's not even been 2 years yet, and I'm in an excellent credit score range. So I'm telling you guys how to do this. It's very simple. You want to get a secured credit card. You want to keep your credit utilization below 30%. And you want to keep your hard inquiries down. So that means you need discipline. Do not get a credit card and start going crazy, buying shoes and all this other stuff. Do not do that, okay? Do not do it. Make sure you're making your payments on time. Another secret is making 2 payments a month. Okay, a lot of people just will make their payments on time once a month, but if you can make 2 to 3 payments within a month span, that boosts your credit score. So do that. Say if your credit bill is $60 a month, pay $20 on the 5th, pay $20 on the 10th, and pay $20 on the 25th. Break it up. Let's say your due date was the 27th. So you have 3 payments towards that in 1 month. And that just looks so good. They love that. Okay. The credit card companies, they love it. So so making your payments on time, making multiple payments at that, keeping your credit utilization below 30% of your credit limit, keeping your hard inquiries low. Don't go trying to get cars and, all this other stuff that requires them to run your credit. Avoid going to these. If you need to rent a car, try someplace that does not run your credit, okay? Avoid anything that runs your credit, because 9 times out of 10 it's going to be a hard inquiry. Keep your hard inquiries low. A way that mine jumped up is because one of my hard inquiries fell off. So when I did that Target thing way back years ago, before I decided to open up this credit account, my Target thing expired in December of 20, it expired December of 2018, I believe. Yes. So, once a hard inquiry falls off your credit score and you've been keeping up a good credit and keeping up, paying your bills on time and, just great credit utilization, once that hard inquiry falls off, your credit score is guaranteed to shoot up at least 15 to 20 points. I mean, it's amazing. So, I'm just waiting for this last hard inquiry to fall off, and I'll be really up there. I'm already in the excellent range, but I'll be up there. So this was a little tip. I hope you guys took a lot from this video. Again, I will be including pictures of when I first started my credit and what my credit score is now. So yes, credit is really fun to have. It's really good to have. It feels good to have it. And I still have my secured credit card. I still have it. So if you guys have that question, do you need to eventually get an actual, regular credit card? You don't have to. I mean, you can if you want to, but for me, I'm fine. Okay, my car insurance dropped down significantly. I'm getting approved for things that I want because my credit score is very favorable. So I'm fine with that. I don't need to go and get a credit card because I don't spend my money crazy. Now, I may go and get another credit card to handle bills. That is really good to have. So if you get like a credit, let's say a credit card with the limit of 1,000 on it, and you want to make sure you stay under 30% of that credit utilization. So you could probably pay your phone bill that's like $60. Probably pay, a water bill that's like $50. You can probably pay for things around the house, and stay under that 30% of credit utilization. So that's probably what I'll do. My next step is to get like an actual credit card with a higher limit on it that doesn't have to, directly come out of my account, and then pay my bills with that and then pay it back. So just make sure you stay smart with credit. If you mess up, we all mess up. None of us are perfect, but try to avoid getting bad credit to begin with so that you don't have to worry about going through that phase in which you have to repair, pay, getting so much debt. So let's work on being smart and debt-free in 2020. Okay, guys, so I hope you guys like this first episode. I hope this video helps a lot of you out there who are really young or maybe middle age or maybe older, who are looking for some credit tips, and for someone who's going to keep it real with you and not sugarcoat. I'm not being paid to do this. This is just, just wanting to help the people. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys like this video. Give me a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and stay tuned because there's more information that's coming about credit. We're going to get all deep inside of it on saving money, spending money, money management, all of that good stuff. So stay tuned. Bye. Thumbnail.